So and guys, if you do remember the 10-gallon tank that we used to clean off the sand from the sand cleaning video, the link is right here for that video. You can click that link and watch it. This is the proper way to clean sand in that video, and I explain it in detail. Here, for this cheap tank build, we're going to be using Home Depot sand. Very cheap sand that's safe for aquariums. It doesn't have any toxic minerals. My 12-gallon aquarium has been running this sand for about 4 months now, and all the plants, snails, and fish are really healthy and everything's doing well. This sand is perfectly safe from Home Depot or your local hardware store. So guys, what we're going to be doing over here is we're going to take the sand and create a thin layer of it on the dirt, because we don't want muddy water. Muddy water's our enemy. We want a dirted tank with clear water. And this aquarium has quite a bit of sand in it. It is a 10-gallon, but it has quite a bit because sand was going to be the only substrate used in it. But this aquarium's no longer going to be set up with sand. I might make it a bare bottom tank for shrimp, but we'll see in the near future. Alright guys, so I have thrown in one more batch of dirt over here. You can see the walls are a little bit foggy from all the water vapor coming out. And I think we're just about done here. We have a nice thick layer of dirt on the bottom of the tank. So to add the sand, I'm gonna just scoop it out with a little scooper and just throw it into the tank right on top of the dirt, but carefully throwing it evenly out. Вот едет наша Crown Victoria. Белая модель. Блин, ловить. Crown Victoria, да? Да? Overall, клетка pretty clean. The система of говно drop. Чуть-чуть забилась, тут надо прочистить, чтобы говно могло падать. Тут говна этого.
Говна нет, она мало есть.
Наверное, заяц говно тоже съедает. Oh man, what are these? Alright, so guys, what we're gonna do here, I just leaned the tank on the other one. You guys could see it's not balanced. I moved all the sand over to one corner, and I think this should be enough sand, just the bare minimum, just to cover this whole tank. So I'm just gonna use this handy dandy ice scooper over here. It's slightly dirty with dirt, but that's perfectly fine since this is a dirted tank. We're just gonna grab some sand. Yeah, this might not be enough, but I'm just counting that it's enough sand, and just lay the sand out just like that. So let's see, that was one scoop. We have about like 5 or 6 scoops in here. So yeah, basically you guys get the point. I'm gonna try to spread the sand out as much as I can, because this might not be enough. So guys, surprisingly enough, this was enough sand. We didn't run short of sand, so I found a handy dandy little life hack with these particles here. You just press them into there, and then you can cover it with sand. But when you fail, you can get a lot more of the dirt out. So I think we'll just leave it like this. It seems pretty good, yeah. The sand, since it's a thin layer of sand, you don't want a very thick layer of sand. You want the water to be able to circulate through the sand and moisturize the dirt, because if the dirt's left drier, if there's poor circulation, you can have lots of bacteria accumulation and other issues. So yes, I would recommend a thin layer of sand. Oh, that's actually way too thick on this side. But honestly, yeah, just taking a look at the side, just about this much should be really good. Just a little tiny drop of sand, and the rest should be dirt. But yeah. Alright guys, so we've just successfully moved the stand over with the aquarium by an electrical outlet over here. And yeah, it's doing pretty well. Temperature reading still at about 64. It's pretty cool outside actually. Very comfortable weather. So it's going to be standing on the stand, and it looks actually quite professional on the stand. It looks just really clean because the stand's not bulky. And it looks clean and good. So for the process of filling it up, guys, we're going to need a kitchen plate. The sturdier the plate, the better, so I prefer glass, and then some tap water conditioner, just a tad drop, and a bucket with water, and we're just going to drip a little bit of it in there. Yes, just like that. I don't want to fill the bucket up all the way because that'll be really heavy to carry, so I think this is just about right. Alright guys, so we're going to be filling it up. You want to pour all the water directly onto the plate. Here we go. And the plate will deflect it all. The more water you get in, the better and smoother it'll go. Alright, so it seems like some of the sand has moved away and some of the dirt has come out. but I think we'll be fine here. Okay, just keep pouring the water on the plate. If you get the water off of the plate, if you pour the water off the plate, you will ruin everything in one instant. Alright, so let's check out the damages over here. Not too bad, not too bad. It's just seeping out from one end and another end. So yep, I think this will honestly be fine because this is an outdoor farm tank. And the water's surprisingly not murky, guys. Take a look at the water. So there are a ton of bubbles coming out, and it's evening time right now, so it might be a little bit dark. But the water's surprisingly not that murky. I expected the water to be nearly pitch black, but wow. Yeah, the sand's holding up pretty well, and only a couple areas actually broke, and they were right by the plate. What I'm gonna do is just fill the rest of the tank up, and we'll get the filter and aeration systems going. And yes, we are putting in live plants today. So guys, the tank is finally complete here. We have a whole bunch of floating dirt, but that is perfectly fine. Some of the dirt, like little twigs and stuff, will float. You just scoop them out with a net. This aquarium is now, you can consider it as now one of your normal regular aquariums. There's nothing to worry about. It's perfectly safe since you baked the dirt. Everything in there got killed. So that also means we need to run a nitrogen cycle on it like a normal aquarium. So, time for the filter. So guys, today's filter of choice is a top fin corner filter that I got for free with the 12-gallon aquarium that you guys saw earlier. So guys, just a quick explanation on how these corner filters work is there's the top part and there's this control valve that somehow controls the flow incoming. So I'll just set it to max when we set it up. And then there's this triangular pad, and here you would put the filter pad. The intake goes through here and goes through the filter pad, but since this is an outdoor tank that really doesn't require a filter, I'm going to use a biomesh from the Tetra filters. Just the biomesh. It should come with your Tetra filter, but not the corner filters because they don't need it. This mesh basically grows bacteria and keeps bacteria in the tank after you change the reusable filter pads here. This mesh ensures that you don't get rid of your beneficial bacteria. So this is going to be our only filter mechanism. This filter should be pretty fast. And if you guys look closely at the mesh is actually, it seems like it's not very dense, but it's somewhat dense. It will filter out large particles. And that's what we're really aiming for, is to just keep the tank generally clean. So we're going to stick this back in, stick the control valve back in, and put the lid back on. And we're going to crank it all the way to maximum power. There we go. And this filter's ready to go. So guys, I just turned on the filter, and since it does have a closed top, you can submerge the filter as much as you want. But this is really cool. This filter, even that it's a little bit submerged, you guys could see the super powerful flow coming out of it. It just moves everything out of the way. And the problem is that a lot of these small, awesome filters are only limited by their cartridges. The cartridges are poor quality and they clog really fast, and then the motor overworks and it doesn't pump a lot. But when we put a light cartridge in that doesn't overclog, the filter pumps water really quick and easily. And this tiny little filter will be enough for a huge 20-gallon tank, even though it's rated for 5. And guys, the final step is to add some plants into our brand new tank. So the plants that we're going to be adding is Amazon frogbit for now. I will be adding all kinds of mosses, Christmas moss, Java moss, and I will be farming these plants, and you guys can check out my eBay page if you're interested in some high quality, clean, and guaranteed plants. So what we're gonna do is just grab a couple of these over here, grab a couple of these bad boys, and I do have snail free versions of these because you guys could see that I do have ram's horn snails in this aquarium. Here, I'll just find one for an example shot. Only ram's horn snails though in this aquarium, and these snails are really beneficial with algae. But if you want to get snail-free guaranteed plants. I do also sell those on eBay as well. So you guys can see that it is super dark outside. We've got our filter system running, the whole aquarium set up. The water's not that murky actually. And here go our very first plants that we're gonna put into the tank. Here they go. Boom, this tank now has plants floating around. So it's not just a abandoned tank, it now has plants that have bacteria on them, and the nitrogen cycle's getting started as you guys watch this video. Just literally as I speak, the nitrogen cycle's already going. Checking the temperature gauge, yeah, it seems to be around 64 actually to 68, I'd say actually, maybe. So about 65 degrees here, so it's not bad for plants, but it will warm up a lot during the daytime when you get sunshine. So guys, thanks so much for watching this video up to this point and watching all my hard work. It'd really mean a lot to me if you could hit that like and subscribe buttons on this video and my channel, and just stay tuned for awesome more future videos. And if you're interested in any merchandise, I will be holding a giveaway really soon. We have smashed that 100 subscribers goal extremely well. So thanks for watching again, and I hope to see you later, and giveaway video is coming out literally in a week.